but then you can always send me the links. Um, let's see, Veronica's meeting room. What is that?
But I sent you a link. Maybe I can send you the link again, but I need to turn my phone again. If you need it.
We're live.
Oh, we're live. Good. So let's
Yay!
focus then on the video.
Yes, we'll do this after. I'm so excited to have my really good sister, and I consider her my sister and my cousin from many moons ago, Victoria Marisol. She goes also by Artemis. Sorry. And Victoria and I have a few videos on my channel, and then we also did one with another person. Her name is Lisa Watzel. So look her up by Victoria or Artemis.
We haven't actually done the video together with Lisa. That was we haven't done a video together,
right.
but we always think that we have, but we haven't. But anyways, we have had many discussions and talks with her and all of that. Yes,
that's right. We were in a group before. It was you, Lisa, Glenn, Ruth, and myself. And this was when I was finding out things about the awakening, about the super soldier stuff. And then Glenn helped me with the silver surfer stuff. He had told me that he was a silver surfer before. And then I started getting more memories. And then we had this group, you guys and I felt so loved, and I still do. And if it wasn't for you guys, I don't know, that was just my base. Like, it was not super soldier related. It was just love and light. It was, hey, Veronica, we're star seeds, and you guys showed me a lot about what it meant to be star seeds, and I felt and still feel to this day so much love. So Victoria Marisol, if you want to talk about you're in a birthing room, what has been happening lately, and your trips as a shaman, all that.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to fix my technical stuff. I told Veronica, usually I had such an amazing equipment with my fancy notebook, laptop, and a nice microphone and a nice camera and all of it. And now I go with my phone, and I now I have a selfie stick and I want to fix it now with that. So I just collected it because it's falling down a bit. So it's fun, I go with I completely am devoted to my path of destiny. So I just do it, right? And my path of destiny has brought me to some interesting, unexpected turns of life, and this is how I landed here. So right now I'm also on I'm walking with a soul sister of mine, also like we connect via the star seeds also, and the shamanic work. So we do a lot of shamanic work together, a lot of collective work together also. And life has been crazy, and so I'm currently looking for a new home. I'm also traveling right now with 4 cats. I always wondered if it is possible to travel with 4 cats. One just came by, a fluffy towel. Look at him.
So sweet. It looks like the one that I had right now in my arms. You have 4 cats. So I want to say thank you for doing that. Sorry, real quick, because a lot of people will say, oh my gosh, like I'm losing my home and everything, and I'm homeless and I got to get rid of my cats or dogs. It's like, wait, aren't they family? And we find a way. I know, because I have been in that situation. We find a way, and source will provide.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. My cats are, like so deeply connected to me, so deeply. Wow, they are one heart with me. And so I always saw those YouTube videos of people who travel with cats, and I wondered, is it really possible? And I'm so happy and excited to have it now myself. So I also got many, many energetic attacks actually in my previous home also. So I had, a series of live events with black magic stuff and so. So this is where I learned a lot also, wow, I really learned a lot. But this brought me also to some interesting turns in my life where I knew, oh no, I have to continue. I work also on all layers, like also with my shamanic work, have we done a lot to cleanse it all, to get really in a safe energy field and all of it. So we have learned a lot about it. And now I travel actually with my shamanic friend who I also work with. So we also do client work every day, but also every day we say, we go to guidance, to our spirit guides, to our spirit animals, and ask like, what is the task for today? Sometimes we even are brought to places where there have been wars, for example, and there is still energy to, like, sometimes souls have to continue further. Sometimes energy is here to cleanse, but we get all kinds of other topics also from spirit, like look at this topic, to like collective topics also. So we are now completely devoted also to the path of the heart. So I also have this heart compass soul journey where I do trance journeys, and for me the heart is the portal, to destiny. The heart is the portal to new earth, if you want. So the heart is the portal. For me it's easiest to find myself when I go through the heart. So I do walk this path of the heart, and I do believe that what people call new earth is basically the quantum jump from the brain, a seat as headquarters, to the heart quarters, a seat of consciousness to really focus on the heart, because we have it all. We don't forget the brain. That's also a trap. Some people then, I now go to the heart, but I forget that I'm a whole human, like we are a whole being, not only a whole human. We are also all our ET heritages and all of it. But we are this whole being. But for me, it's the heart quarters. This is where wisdom comes in and all of it.
Sorry, real quick. I just, what happens sometimes is what I get caught on sometimes, and I've been guilty many, many times, is I get caught up in the bloodlines, and I say, okay, stop. I am soul. I am spirit, right? We do have a mind, we have the body, we have the blood, but I have to remember my abilities come from me being, even before we're born onto earth, we have these abilities. Mm-hmm. And why sometimes, we kind of get stuck here is because we'll just say the players have injected their bloodlines to us to see how is she going to function, or how is he going to, and we sometimes get caught up in that. So thank you for reminding me. Yes, our heart is very, very important. And I didn't mean to interrupt you. Can you just say about the room that you're in? Like, you're in actual birth, like their babies being born there. How did you get into that? How from the time that we talked last on video, not, we talked personally, but on video, people knew that you were going to go to this journey, that you were going to go to a shamanic thing. And what happened after? Where did you go? Because I saw your pictures when you were like in the wilderness and mountains. And how was that to bring you to where you are? How did you know what I mean? Can you say something about that? Thank you.
Wow, it has been such a long journey, and I think I cannot tell it all. A really long journey. But I think what you mean is also Mongolia. I was in Mongolia, and I had a shaman training in Mongolia with a Mongolian shaman, which is pretty cool. Like, I loved it. It's intense. Like, it's not easy. I have a shaman training also with an international academy for shamanism in Austria, where the guy who founded it, he traveled through all over the world, through all the shamanic cultures, and collected the wisdom there, and also had his initiations there. And then, so where I studied was this international approach, where we learned from shamanic cultures from different areas of the world. But then I went to Mongolia, and in Mongolia, of course, it's only Mongolian shamanism. So just a second, I do have some stuff here. I want to put that on now. Like that is called manchik. That's from Mongolia. And it's also for rituals. It's also for protection and to get rid of evil spirit, but also to call in, like for different rituals, also to call in soul, for example. It's used for if someone has soul loss also. A manchik is used as a help. And Mongolian shamanism is very traditional. So what I love, can you believe that there are still nomads? Like in Mongolia, still nomads are living, like for real. And in the countryside, the horse is still the main means of transport. But in the city, like Ulaanbaatar, the capital city, is completely industrial. But on the countryside, and it's a huge country, and it's between Russia and China. So what survives between Russia and China? Mongolia. And Mongolia is, and there is still the shamanic culture there. And it's like in Austria, like in the indigenous, okay, you are in the US, you still have the Native Americans there. So you still have indigenous people there. Southern America still has indigenous people. But we in Europe, we also have shamanic heritage. Also, people believe we don't. So I also work with European shamanic heritage. I work with runes, for example. I work like my spirit guide is Freya, who is from the Northern Shamanic pantheon. But I didn't know, so we didn't learn it. So it's officially not there. But then my spirit guide came to me, the runes were given to me, and I learned it. So I learned it myself. I studied it myself. And people say, oh, but Austria has no shamans. That's not real here, but we do have it all. And we have it in the mountains. So the spirits are still there. But then we have Mongolia, and Mongolia is very different from, like Mongolian shamanism is very different to Peruvian shamanism, for example. Also, both comes from the nature, and I see the connection points absolutely. But for example, I think some people in Western Europe are afraid if they see a Mongolian shaman because they have these heavy clothes and all of this stuff. And I put on something else that is from Mongolia now, like this.
I love it. It's so
amazing.
Beautiful.
It's so
I
amazing.
would love to be one. Oh,
Look
so
at
beautiful.
That. It's so cool. And they go in trance. It's really like people think like, oh, that's ugly. Maybe you have it in front of the face. And I was like, I don't know. But going in trance and dancing, with the body, and then you see through here, but you see between the worlds. And it's also protect. When we go into the other worlds, and here I learned a lot for protection against evil spirits. Here is also the protection for eyes and nose and all of it. And I put it down again. And they are masters of trance journey in a very different way than we have it here. I studied BQH from Candace Crow Goldman from the US. I studied shamanic journey from our like the academy in Austria, but the Mongolians, how they do it, it's completely different, and it's the best. Like I think no one in the world is better than Mongolian shamans in like the ancestors. They work with the ancestor spirit, and the ancestor spirit then lands, they say, and really gets into you. And then they completely talk with the ancestor spirit, but they do it in a way which is so special and unique and wow, impressive. Like I was very impressed, but it's intense. Just a bit like it's so strict. Mongolian shamanism is very strict. The strictest that I have found so far. It's like very traditional. So they still say this has to be done exactly like that. I'm a very individual if I teach something, I always teach, find what is suitable for you personally. And then I go to the Mongolians and they say, this is exactly how it is done, not another way. But sometimes, of course, there is flexibility in it also. And I haven't seen all of it. I have seen just an aspect and a little bit of it, of course. But it is special, but it was really intense. Like, wow, it wasn't easy. And it wasn't for the light, it was, wow, she pushed us. The shamans pushed us there, really.
What was one thing that you thought was difficult but pushed through and did it? Like, can you say one thing or no?
Yeah, I went actually into really deep aspects of myself that are even now too private for me to tell. It's like, wow, it went to my core, but I gave it all. Of course, I always do.
Yes, you do. I'm very proud of you for that because I remember you were having a hard time with that and you said I know I have to look into it, but I'm not ready yet or whatever. And there was a lot of hesitation and some fear. And then after, boom, total change. And I'm very proud of you. I'm glad you did it because it is not easy. I've done it on my own with my own like writing, writing everything that had happened and just letting and closing my door. This happened years ago when I saw my heart that was like, when I started the channel Unchaining Hearts, that one that got hacked, but I don't care because the videos are still there. That's how I saw my heart, like with chains and thorns, and it was purple and it was just about and black and it was about to bust. And I said, look, I was going through dialectical behavioral therapy and PTSD counseling, and I said, okay, I've talked about it with my counselor. Now I'm going to write it for me, and I'm going to ask God's source to help me and my higher self. And I closed the door where I lived the place before, and I said nobody bothered me, and I was there for like 2 hours, sometimes three. It just depended what I was working on, writing, and just letting it go and letting yourself feel and cry. Because a lot of the things, I was just talking to this with Stone Hobbit, yes, 2 days ago, we did a show, and then I was in her writing class. If you're interested, let me know, because it's free. She was saying how many times we are told to not say this, to not cuss, to not express yourself. Well, write expression, it goes from your hand, right? The mind, the higher self, the mind, the heart, the hand, the writing, the utensil to the paper or the computer. I like to do it on paper first with a pencil or a pen. And it's a release of energy. She says, how many times have unwell and you start gaining the weight, you get the massive attacks, or even if it's not, start with the satanic attacks happen, or the black magic, because your aura, we have let them attack us so much by not expressing ourselves that there's holes, right, or there's lashes, and then that's when the attack can come in faster. So we have to protect ourselves.
Can you repeat that again? That's I didn't understand. When did the attackers come in faster? When we didn't express ourselves? And
yes, because you're downcast.
Yeah.
So then this is open because you're sad and your aura. So we have to go breathe. Like if you have a runny nose, go in with your nose, out with your mouth, to change your aura. Just right. That is the fastest way that I have found out how to do it. If not, and I already feel goosebumps. See, you go protection. When you feel goosebumps, you're protecting yourself, and you're not letting anything penetrate your aura. And you love yourself. You love yourself, and you don't let anything bad happen to you. You protect. And I'm feeling so much love from you. I'm crying because I see it. I can see what you went through because it's similar to what I went through. But I'm an empath like you, and we have to be very careful who we give that permission of loving, of opening our hearts to, because some of the people are not good. And we as empaths feel as our inner child, we think everybody's love and everybody's gonna be so nice to us. But then we have rude awakenings and we're like, no, we gotta protect ourselves. That when you showed me that, I felt like home, the shaman thing from the Mongolians in the hat, because I was born with my my back underside, the area with a purple, it was a, in Spanish, it's called lunar amor, this big amount purple. And an Indian lady told my mother when we were born that was a Mongolian birthright. How do you say birth mole? And it's the yellow bloodline and the, I don't know, purple bloodline or another blue bloodline and yellow bloodline make the purple, and that's the Mongolian. So I was stamped.
Oh, wow.
When I came through.
Yeah,
And my
wow.
sisters, yeah, my sisters, my kids were also born with that. So it comes from my bloodline, from how I came in, and that is the Mongolian. So when you showed me that, what you're wearing, that to me is beautiful, and the headdress, it's very protective.
It is. I love it actually. And this is so exciting. So now I want to know everything. So I heard about the blue bloodline, but I didn't hear about the yellow and the purple. Wow, now I want to know everything about it. I'm not sure how. What?
Me too. I know that it's the mammalian and the Draco. So it's pretty much we all have a side. You know, when we're kids, we see the devil, the angel, right? We are born both humans. A real human is born with mammalian and reptilian side. Okay, now as far as the Mongolian, all I know is because I have French in me, and then I have the German side. So
and
Italian, French, German. On both sides is Italian. I'm sorry, on my dad's is Italian. Both sides is French, Mosso, German, last name Ritchie. Then my mother just discovered 2 years ago that she has a great grandmother from India and the other one from Dominican Republic. And my great grandfather was from Spain. He was blonde eye, blonde hair. And his kids and his wife and his children died in Spain because of the plague. And he came down to Baja California and became a priest. On my father's side is the doctor scientist. So it's the priest and the scientists that have been warring from Lemuria and Atlantis time. We are now here. We're now here. You're here to help awaken. You see what I mean? So it's really interesting. When you said really Peru, I found, I went to Goodwill like maybe 4 months ago or 5. And there was this picture of Peruvian people. And I felt so close to it. So I don't know if my people went, because my grandmother, my dad's mom, was from Basque. So that's between French and Russia, right? Or something like that. She's B negative.
From where?
Basque. So
Basque, like, yes.
So I understand. I'm trying to understand more of the bloodlines, but at the same time, ultimately, we are star beings that have lived many lives, and we have our abilities. Those are abilities that are ours. They cannot take them away, and we are so powerful. If we could just understand,
yes,
we are to help others.
We are so powerful. I think the greatest misunderstanding for humans on Earth is to think that they are not powerful. Like, what can I do as a single human, right? But wow, yes, you can do like completely so much, like change the world. That is really the power in every one of us, like for real. It's really so. I'm always surprised myself, and then how powerful we are in a good way. So always connect, like, you know, be clever and connect, like be in your heart, use the power from love. use the like your own soul embodiment, because if you know the power struggles that of the old are, that's actually when you lose yourself. But the real power, and that's not really power, because that's giving away power. So the real power, of course, comes from embodying the soul and living from the heart, and also the real magic comes through the love, right? And that's important. But we are really so powerful, and so many times people thought like you can't change something, that's just how it is. But I wasn't satisfied, like I never gave myself into that. And then suddenly I was surprised how quickly things changed, like even in the collective.
I feel that, yes, that we are here for, I always say, for such a time as this, because just this past full moon, I saw how we went to orange. We went to alert orange. In 2019, in March of 2019, I saw a vision. I was awake and I saw a vision of boots on the ground. And there was so much military on the ground, meaning the United States. There was military everywhere. There was vehicles aligned, and they were giving a white piece of paper to these agents. And the only people that were allowed to be in the street or drive were those that had a piece of paper. And I thought it was, back then, I thought, oh, it's probably the passport with the baby Jabberwocky so that you can travel internationally. Well, guess what? All these things have been happening since January. It's called ICE. And some of the agents are not real agents. Some are. And I said, wow, my vision came true. So I believe that we're here to help calm people, help give them hope, the world.
Yes, so much, really.
Right. Especially right now. And so interesting that a few days ago, I think I was on Instagram doing something, posting something, and then I saw this reel of the monks walking. They were in orange.
What?
Monks.
Are the monks?
Monks are walking. Yeah, and wearing orange. And the day of the full moon, I heard a crow just yakking outside of a store that I was in, and it just kept warning me. And then 4 nights ago, I went outside with Lola at 2 a.m. There was 2 owls, like a love mate, like they're love mating each other. But at the same time, it was like Source was telling me, your gifts are coming faster. They're, but warning at the same time. So we have to prepare ourselves spiritually. I know a lot of people in our some of our groups say, okay, some of them try to put fear, like, hey, you need to stock up on water, food, canned foods, whatever. Okay, I understand that. I do see that. But at the same time, we have to prepare ourselves in here, right? To help others, to help them to, whoa, I just had a flashback. Like, we've been here, Victoria. We've been here. We've been here before. We've had this conversation.
Veronica, we are living in a time where so many timeline merges are happening. Like, really, I'm also really, like, one of my tasks here is really doing timeline merges. Like, Spirit gave me also tasks for merging timelines and so. And so, wow, I'm not surprised if we, after this show, have merged timelines. Like, for real, I'm not kidding. Like, honestly, you and I, we do stuff like that.
It's so true. So how did you
on all of the people, of course?
I know all of them. I love you guys. How did you? I'm just really interested because I've had so many dreams of births of children and you're and you're there in a birthing room. Like, how did you connect with the lady that helps the birthing? Is it water or is it just normal? I've always wanted to have a birth in water, but
Oh, I've had a difficult journey. The last, I had actually, so there are several people who I walked really this path of divine guidance, of destiny completely. With, like, we have also journeyed around and also had work together, also with clients, but also for, like, we received from spirit collective stuff also. And then I actually had a girlfriend in June, a relationship, and it was love at first sight, like, really, like, wow. So we were just so deeply in love, like, incredible. And then that's a chapter that love also got attacked and stuff. You can imagine we were like we were boosting, blasting basically the whole universe, I felt. Then we had a separation. Also where I lived, there was suddenly like the energy got so dense. Also living together with guys who I actually, some people said I was naive enough also to think. So there was stuff going on just, and I also got like, yeah. So I couldn't stay there anymore. And a friend of mine who is also on this path of destiny, she just came sent by the divine in the right moment where everything else would have fallen down. Like always, we just follow this path of destiny, and it's important to see that it works also, because I was like desperate and like, what can I do? And then our paths merge again, like Elania's and mine, for example. And we just said, I cannot stay there a day longer. So let's just pack my car with the cats, whatever is possible. And we had one friend to go to for Christmas. And then we didn't know how to continue, right? And everything opened up. Like, then another friend opened up, okay, I don't have yet my new home, but I can bring stuff for a while there to just leave it there until I find my home. Then we just say, the other friend said, okay, we need to, like, the children's school starts now again, so we need to continue. So we didn't know what. We just drove, and then it opened up, and then we stayed there, and we drove, and it opened up again. And we said, oh, we need to go to this and that area now. And suddenly we arrived at this place. And that's actually, there is such a long story to it, which is so amazing, but that's more for my friend, the story. I don't want to tell it all, but it's so interesting. So we are here now in a birthing period. We want to birth so much. You see, we have, I need a new home, I need a list of new things, birthing. And we ended up in this room, which, and the house is so amazing. Like, it's, the material is from lehm. I don't know the English word now. So it's a very nice material, because my energy body is so super sensitive. Like, my energy body in this process became hypersensitive. I can feel everything. Having a nice organic material for the house is so amazing, and copper, and then the amazing nature. And we stay now really in the birthing room. So it's a birth house, but a really organic, a really, pure love. There is so much that love flowing in everything, like in each room. Nothing is straight, basically. Like, every room has its own shape, and the organic materials and all of it. Like, it's a unique house, completely unique. And this is not a birthing chamber, and it's so special. And there is even another wondrous story that I cannot tell now, because it's connected to my friend's story. And suddenly everything pops up. We say, like, oh, we still have, so we have to pay, for example, of course, which is not, like, it does cost something. So we have it until tomorrow paid. But then we know, okay, we are in the flow. Then we get the clients again. We need the food, of course. We need the gas. So it's always like, we don't know. So our logical brain would say, oh, it doesn't work. But it always works because we trust the divine, and we go to spiritual guidance every day now, actually, almost every day. Like, tell me, Spirit, what's important for today? What's the important steps? What can we do for the whole? What can we do for us? What can we do for the clients? What can we do for our big visions? Because we walk the path to New Earth, right? So we really do it. We believe, we know it, we feel it in our heart. We are trans journey experts also, and also in like you also, basically getting rid of stuff that holds you back. So we have our big vision. So I think it's important to have somehow a North Star, like some focus where to head to find this vision in your heart. And then it's like, it's easy to say because we have all of our troubles ourselves also during the flow of the days, of course, because we say, of course, but this is our journey to allow us to fall into the hands of the universe and to trust and to really do it, like really. I am not suitable. So I studied global sales and marketing, and I had marketing jobs and so, but I'm actually not suitable for this anymore because my energy system is so sensitive. So I can do it. Sometimes I have those jobs for a little while, but my energy system is huge, is transformative. I basically, wherever I go, I transform the whole company. So I cannot stay too long. But then it doesn't, so I'm just not suitable for the artificial matrix anymore. Also, I'm a bit more like flexible, like, I don't want the red pill, blue pill thing anymore. Like, I think that's also not correct because I lived with super spiritual people who then went into, if you get such a huge trigger where a huge jealousy comes up, then you can easily go into it. Then I say, oh, then I'd rather be with not spiritual people, but I don't want this judgment in it anymore. So I want to put the judgment out, but I just want to say, me, myself, I am not suitable for this normal life anymore. I can't do it. Like, I can do it for maybe a month again, but then I can't. That's just how it is. So yeah, I stand now for the path of destiny, but what else is there? No, it's worth it. It's worth it because it's breaking out of all the constructs that were built into your mind, that were like, we are these huge, amazing beings. The screen is not so big. I want to like huge and cool shapes. And then there is this machinery and it's like that. And this huge being with all the cool shapes is pressed into that. But once you open it up, right, you like, yeah, it's so amazing to see all, like, to have the whole system like unfold like your own inner system. And we are so huge. We are these intergalactic beings in embodying a human form, and we are the humans and we are the intergalactic beings, but we are all of it. And officially, science says there is like 95% junk DNA, and that we use like only a couple of % of our brains and all of it. And then Elon Musk wants to build in all those, transhumanism stuff, but we don't need it. We don't need any of the transhumanism stuff, because if we use instead of 5%, 100%, so there's 95% potential, and that's what they want to push on us with transhumanism. But that's all stuff like we have it anyways. So we have it all in us. That's the 95%, and we open it up. But then once you open it up, it's like, wow. So for me, it's, this sensitivity. Like, it's super nice to be in an organic house because the whole energy system is so sensitive. And we can, wow, we have superpowers, like we do, for real.
Definitely, you are correct on that with the whole transhumanism thing. What I saw when you were explaining how how a huge being we are, right? And they try and target you by putting you in tunnels. Energy, they try, the tunnels that go out, and then they try and siphon the energy, and so we cannot get stuck in those programs that the matrix has to offer. Like, we always talk about, we can't get stuck on the world's mentality of politics. You have to have a doctorate to be worth somebody. You have to have your mansion, your brand new vehicle, your brand new phone, relationships. You have to have so many kids. You have to be in religion. You have to go to church every Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever they tell you. You have to shop for this. You have to wear that. So those are different rays that they're bombarding us with, but we blow out of that. We are above that. But unfortunately, some people get stuck in that, and then that's how they're able to also brainwash them for the transhumanism thing. They make people believe that they don't have the superpowers of telepathy and just the power to change things. Just with your thought. Just with your thought, you're able to bring forth that you do not see yet, but you just bring it forth with your mind. You align it with your heart and your mind and your body, and you speak it. You believe it with your heart. You speak it out, and you say, I already have it.
Yes, and we all are these huge beings. Like the global astral world is changing incredibly. Like, it's amazing how it's changing. What changes I have experienced the last year, for example, it's incredible. Like, so many souls are getting out of those agendas, like those programs. We know it, where the alter egos are in those programs, for example. We know it all, like you and I, we do. But I see like so many souls are getting freed, actually. But then we are these huge beings, and there are so many aspects that got stuck for a long while in state programs, and now are freed. But where to go, what to do? We are upgraded. So many humans have 5D New Earth upgrades, but what to do, because still in the job, still in the normal life, if you want to say that. But what is normal, right? Everyone is unique, because normal is the norm, and everyone has a unique life anyway. It's like everyone does. But anyway, so we have these topics that I see, that how to embody the full that we are, the fullness of us. And then I see there are those, like, there is the body basically, and the life, and it's maybe like that. And then the soul has, like, the soul is this huge. So the soul has so many other tasks. Sometimes we do it in the dreams. I see many like cities in the astral realms are built, and like, it's so fascinating. Sometimes I just walk and I hear souls talking to me. I go in the supermarket and someone turns to me and a soul says something to me, and then we have, sometimes even my energy system gives upgrades, and we communicate and we give, and we have a communication somehow. But I never do it intentionally, so I need to be very, very clean and clear in all of it, because otherwise I couldn't do what I do. So I am fully, like, completely in the heart, and completely, I hold all the privacy. But maybe because I keep so much privacy in all, that's why souls just address me. Because I never overstepped borders. Also, sometimes it seemed, when I got so many attacks, I had someone who attached to me, who pretended, like it looked wrong then. Like gaslighting, I had that also. But I need to be completely clear and clean, and all of it in my whole work, in my whole energy work. But that's so interesting to see then how many souls are here now. Like, they are out of the programs, they are getting the upgrades, but they cannot yet really embody. So because life doesn't allow it, because life is too rigid. So I wonder what is happening. I think we will have drastic changes soon, maybe, I would suppose, because what else to do? I feel the timelines, like several timelines, and I feel like there is underneath of everything is and it feels like an under revolution, but it's not out there. So if you go to the streets, no revolution, but then you go tap into the it's like an underline, like an undercurrent, and here there is a revolution going on, kind of. So it's maybe with timelines, I don't know exactly. And so I feel just the astral is changing a lot. Also the structures, like we have the architectural structures of the finer layers, they are changing incredibly. I just wonder what does it take, and timelines emerging, like I do have a feeling that we might also merge timelines again, Veronica, you and I, just with our connection now.
I feel it too. When
Veronica, your video is stuck now.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're moving again. You got stuck until now, but now I hear you again. I see you again.
Thank you. You were stuck when you were like saying, then you go, and then darn it, then you went all the way to the timeline. So I missed them. I just feel like, it got stuck when I said the word dragon. Because when the dragons we're still here. Our dragon energy. We were once dragons, right? We were once fighting this war.
Oh, yes.
And they're listening to us. We are listening to ourselves. We're listening to them in the rocks. The rocks are shaking. The way I saw it,
yes.
When you said we're shifting timelines, baby, those are vibrating because they're in tune with us, and we're in tune with them. We're in tune with everything.
Yes.
And I understand what you mean about going to the 5D, but the thing of it is we're already there. We're past that. A lot of people.
Absolutely.
And we are the new earth. Okay, we don't need to go physically to a new earth. We are the new earth. We've shifted that.
I'm totally with you on that. Yes, absolutely. Really,
yes.
Completamente.
Thank you. Because a lot of people are waiting for that new earth. No, you are. I get goosebumps. We are the new earth. Each individual, we are already. So there's different timelines and different layers. And us, I consider all of us that are here now the 144,000. But of course, there could be more of us, but it's just a reference point. Okay. We are here, and we could be down here in this timeline. At the same time, we're on that timeline, because we're intentional. We are omnipresent. Like I was thinking last night, why did they always say when I was in Catholic church that God was omnipresent? What does that mean? Like he can be in everywhere at the same time. So can we. Our energy, our frequency. That's how we are.
Absolutely.
Especially when we dream, because our dreams are real. Our dreams, we go to the different frequencies and help whenever it's needed, and it's just amazing. And you sometimes know how you do it. You just go. If I think of you so much, I think of you, Victoria, I can go see you. I fall asleep and I'm there with you. Whether you remember or not,
sometimes I do see you coming. So I had it several times that I see like, oh, Veronica's here,
I know, like you'll send me messages on Instagram like, oh my gosh, I was thinking about you too. Or, hey, Veronica, when I was going through the C word, the CANCERs, you would send me love, and I say, thank you. I know I'm going to make it. I knew all the time through it all that if I just believed in myself that I was going to make it through, that I was not going to go. It's not my time to leave yet. It was not my time to go. And I said, no.
You are powerful, my dear. Like, wow. What are the lessons that you learned for making it through?
The biggest lesson that was so hard for my family was they wanted me to get chemo and radiation, and I said no. I found a book. I had been reading the book. It's called the Gene book. And then I was reading that when they took my lower left lung out. That was the 4th surgery, right? Because they did the other surgery before for the lower extremities, 3 surgeries, 2 blood transfusions. Then I had the surgery for the lung. Okay, I was reading that I was in the hospital for 11 days. 11 days, Victoria. It was horrible. They had pumped something into my system thinking that they were going to clear the lung. Well, they ended up, there's a picture on YouTube. There's my whole cancer journey videos are on the YouTube. So my throat was expanding, and my daughter and her boyfriend saw how expanding and how big I got. And I said, why are you pumping this sugar with something liquid? They're like, because you still have a leakage in your where we took out the lower left lung. You're still leaking air inside. So I said, no more of that, because they wanted to do it again. I said, no. And the biggest thing was standing up for what I believe. Against all odds is what I kept listening. Against all odds, I'm going against all this. So when I was in the hospital there, I had the book, the Gene book, and my doctor and the other doctors walked in one time and said, by the same author, which I forget the name right now, but there's a book that you need to get. It's called The Emperor of All Melodies, and it's a big old cancer crab in the front. Well, I read that, and a long time ago, I had a vision. A long time ago, maybe 5 years ago, I had a vision where the people in Chernobyl, the people that were in the Holocaust, right? Because we know that the NAZIs were definitely experimenting on them for real, and not just Jewish people. They were giving them a chemical called Agent Orange, and also mustard gas, okay? Mustard gas. So, and I'm remote viewing it right now. And so I knew all along, I kept telling my family, that has mustard gas. Chemo has mustard gas. I'm not doing it. And radiation, I don't need it. I don't. I'm going to do it on my own. And what if you die? Well, then I go, but I'm not going to go. I said, I know that I'm still here. That my mission is right now to heal myself and to say no to these things, because I saw that it had mustard gas. Well, later when I'm reading this book, years later, right, which is 2020, January of 2024, I was in the hospital. So April, I think I got the book, and I was reading and reading and reading past 119 pages, past 200. Guess what? The chemical Agent Orange, after Madame, what was her name, that discovered radium. So they did the whole X-ray machines. What is her name? She's very famous. She and her husband discovered the radium, so they could do radiology. Later in that chapter, it says that chemo has mustard gas, and I told everybody, told you, don't do it, because the cancer patients, they look like if they're in the Holocaust. They look like if they were so skinny and bald and sick, and I've talked to many people that have been affected by this, that they actually did one treatment, and one lady said it was a year from hell. I will never do it again. She survived. We are, not we, but another program is the medical program, that you need to do this, you need to drink that medicine, you need to take that chemo, you need to, you don't need to do anything. You need to, your body knows how to heal itself. My friend Lisa said, just go like this. My friend Lisa, with I've known her for years, but I have never met her, but I know her from another life, and she's on Facebook, and she's always telling me, okay, rub your hands. My body knows how to heal itself. I heal myself now at this moment. At this very moment, my body knows what it's doing. It's healing every tendon, every muscle, every organ. My red blood cells, my white blood cells, they are clean. They are healing my body. My DNA, my mRNA, I call upon you, and you can do this to yourself. I call upon you to come heal me, to grow new cells that are clean, that are clear of any malady in this now moment as above, so below. You can do that every day, no matter how much pain you're in. Go walk. I'm grateful I have Lola and my cats because I get to walk every day, 6, 7 times a day, up and down the stairs. You know, that's exercise there. And I just thank you. And Recreational is on. Hey, Rick, why are you? So thank you, Victoria. Every time I'm with you, every time I think of you, I feel so much love from you. And you are unique and you are legit. There's another word for legitimate. You are clear. You are like an indigo crystal child to me. I love you, and I don't know why they call it love. I know it's something else. It's something that you cannot make a word to it. You cannot put love in a box. And I know that sometimes love is a program with other things that happen with relationships. I know that can be a program, but this that we feel and that we know and that we can sense, that's more than love. You know, it's a knowing that we come together for each other and to help others. And I send you the best love, and I hope the best love for you. And I would love to have you on the program again if you don't mind. So can you tell everyone, Victoria, anything else you want to say, and also how they can reach you for these for these healing sessions that you do with your friend? Thank you. Go ahead.
Wow, Veronica, you just wow, touched me so deeply, and you healed. While listening to you, I felt like something in me was healing. Really, it felt like you changed something in me. You know, I was just listening to you, and while that, I feel your energy also, and it felt like something has changed within. And
I felt the water in you. I see the water in you change. It's healing. Something happened. I felt it too.
wow, you are so amazing. You are so impressive. You are, and you are really, wow. For me, you are one of the, like, you are so powerful. It's incredible. I cannot even find words. And even what you say about love, you cannot put it into boxes. The strength that you show in all of it. Also, but also really about love, how there isn't, what is love, this word, it feels like a word, like it feels insufficient, this word. Really. And also with your healing and how you heal, yes, is the whole journey that you described, it felt like, yeah, maybe beyond words. And also I felt like, wow, Veronica, I feel your energy. It's like you are like knowing, you know, you sit there in the US and I sit here in the middle of Europe, but it feels like just knowing that you're there. It's not only knowing, it's like your energy sitting there changes the whole earth. So I can feel in the whole earth that Veronica is here. I sit on the other side of the globe, but I know Veronica is here because you have a feeling to you, like you have a, like there's a feeling that feels like Veronica, and I feel it in the whole earth. So you sitting there, anyways, you are felt in the whole earth. And
well,
that
that's how I feel about you. That's how I feel about you. That we are a force.
Yes.
You know, when they say may the force be with you, we are the force.
And that is what I mean when it's like everyone is so unique and everyone is truly so important, and it is so. It's really with my energy it feels like, wow, like it's incredible, really. It's like really, I just got tapped into the vision of how just one human being changes everything in the world, in the whole earth.
And you have to believe in yourself, you know, and that's why these programs and the way we were raised and the people that we thought were family or friends and they came to infiltrate us, it's because they were jealous of our power. And we back then as children, and even when we were married or with the person that treated us badly, they did not like the energy that, because we're so much love, we can bounce back like that. You hurt us, you cut us, and you know what? We heal like that. We heal.
Yes.
They cannot break us. That is what they cannot stand, is that they cannot break us no matter what they do to us, Victoria.
That it is. That's it.
And we bounce back like those, you know.
And that's why we can go and break out of the system and do our own thing, because they can't break us.
Exactly.
They can't.
And now when we're talking to those that have gone through so many things, and you guys are still standing, you are still standing. You stand with your heart.
Mm.
And it could be, you know, I saw my heart pumping, my vessels pumping when they did this test, because they thought I was going to get the chemo. And I said no. And I had already told them no. Oh, but we still need to do this test because we have to do the surgery. And they had to put something in me after because they needed to know how strong my heart was. And I'm like, and I said, okay, do all the tests that you need to, because I know my grandmother, my uncle, and others, her brothers and sisters died from a heart attack. But you know, it's a short. They short you out when they want you out. They short you out and they want to get rid of you. So I say, I'm strong, no matter what they throw at me. I'm strong. I'm not gonna let this fear come in. And they had to put some kind of something in my veins after. And I said, to open them. And I said, okay, well, am I good? Because I didn't know how to read it. And I said, what is that red in there? Is that my blood flow? Yes. Okay. What is that blue thing? I kept asking questions. And if you look at your inside, how powerful your inside is, and we have all these colors and we have all this flow everywhere. Imagine we are a biological, I don't want to say thing, but I don't want to say machine either, because we're not machine. We're a miracle. We're a miracle inside and out.
Yes, we are miracles.
Be aware of how we stare at others. That's why I don't like to stare too much at people, because our vision is, especially when you get mad. Oh,
yeah, my eyes are so sensitive also. That's why sometimes I think I want to run around with my Mongolian thing here, because it's so nice. It's so nice to the eyes, you know.
It makes sense why they do it. See?
Yeah, it's really so. And we are so tuned in, tapped on also in the other layers. And so sometimes, you know, it's really nice. So with this sensitivity, it's super nice to have it. So at first I thought, it's not good. But now I know I think like, why can't I walk all day with it? No, sometimes I like to have it, you know, shine with my energy, not hiding kind of, but it's this trance layer also. So something I wanted to tell also. So sorry, I interrupted you now.
Oh, I'm done. You go ahead. I want to hear more of you.
So a topic that is so dear to my heart, like dearest in this whole earth, like it's the children. And you know, the worst things, like the bottom line also happening on this earth is happening, it's with children. So the children are so dear to my heart, and I do have also some private topics here. And I also had journeys with ayahuasca. Yahe. So I also like Mongolia is so wow, like my heart pumps for Mongolia. But I also have such a deep, strong soul connection to Peru, for example, also to the US. I have my past life histories there, but also Peru. Like I am an Amazon woman, like completely. Like I feel my blood runs there, like really. That's why my spirits told me my soul name is also Marisol, right? It's connecting to there. And so I have this deep connection to the jungle, to Peru especially, most of all, and to the Andes. And I had, your picture is gone? Veronica? Ah, yeah.
I have to open the door for my cat to come in, but you keep talking. I'm still here. Sorry.
Good. So I had this journey with ayahuasca, who I call Yahe, because now I can look finally to the camera, because I used to look on the screen where Veronica sits, but then you cannot see my eyes, right? So I have I had several Yahe journeys, ayahuasca journeys. Once I asked Yahe that she can use my body to have her own Yahe ayahuasca journey. And then, so I offered just as a body that she can have her own healing journey in using my body. And then I had the chance to go a little with her to a fear, actually. So going down the dimensions, I went with her together also to the first dimension, and somewhere I felt like there was a pain connected to the name ayahuasca. And also the Europeans, there was some misuse also of it. And so actually in Latin America, I think the main name is just to call her La Medicina, the medicine. I call her Yahe. Yahe is also a name I know from Colombia, so I say then Yahe. She also had another thing that is really important. She was like, one trauma of her was also seeing streets, seeing how, you see the whole earth, and then there are those natural energy lines like meridians going through the earth, and then there are wrong energy lines drawn on the surface of earth, where all the time the energy goes one way, but that's a wrong energy line. And she was like, what can we do with that? Like, everywhere those wrong energy lines, what can we, like, God, can we, like, is there any solution for that? And then we went through it, and then there was the solution. Oh, the highways need to fall in love with each other. It's possible. Like,
Oh, I love
the
that.
highways to get, like, the highways have spirits also, and the spirits of the highway need to fall in love. Isn't that beautiful?
It's true, because I have seen the different freeways when I'm flying. In the astral, I'm up in the astral, and then I look down, and there's all these weird lines. They don't make sense.
Yeah.
Over and this way and then I have to I fly into a vehicle, I make a vehicle, and then I'm like, whoa, and then these cars are coming straight at me, and I'm like, whoa, I have to fly that way now. It's just so crazy out there. Yeah, so Yahi La Medicina. What is the Yahi name again? Hebrew? No. Indian or?
I know it from Colombia.
Oh, Colombia. Okay. Yes, they need to fall in love. I can't see how there's some that are, no, you cannot come to my road. This is my road, and I'm in charge of how many accidents we have today or how many ambulances are called to help. Like, they're so territorial. I can see it. Go ahead. Sorry.
2 other stories I want to tell, little stories with Yahi. Just a second.
In Spanish, sometimes they call me la curandera.
Yes,
that means
la curandera is a healing woman. Yes. Yeah. So one time, because I had such I had such deep journeys with Yahe, so that's why my relationship grew so deeply that I wanted to give her something in return. like amazing journeys also with dragons as parents. So just saying, but that's why I offered that. So I don't know. Yeah. So one time I also offered then the panda bear to, I just took her with me and I asked her, hey, look, this panda bear, I have her since baby. And she's a special, like I have a spirit animal also as a panda bear. And I just tapped a little bit of Yahe also. So she's for me a spirit panda bear, like there is a spirit in it, right? And really, so she really had a Yahe journey. So I had my own experience. I asked, can she have it also? And she cleansed because we are healing, in the collective, we are healing all the areas, right? So, and when we go on the spiritual journeys, we are healing so much. But this panda bear cleansed the games industry for children. So I was drawn into her vision for a while. And she showed me, like, I saw then, I had this vision then while on this Yahe journey, how there is this huge mass production of these panda bears. And I asked her, like, what do you want to ask Yahe? And she has a baby panda bear. And she said to me in spirit, in telepathy, I want to ask Yahe, what does it mean to be a good mother? I was so touched, like really. And then she was like, I saw how she saw all this mass industry of toys. And then she was like, from all this looking like the same bears, one bear popped out and it was this one. And like this special, like how even, the special thing, how out of so many, one panda bear comes out and having this journey. And now being here in a Yahe journey where a spirit comes in, cleansing the mass toy industry for children, kind of. That was touching for me.
Thank you for saying that. Before you go to the other story, can I tell you about the panda dream, astral that I had? I wrote about it in, I think it was my third book, but yeah, I think I did because I wanted to get it out. I was in my bed and then I wake up and I'm flying and then I sit down and we're in a rectangle, long rectangle table, and there's a man sitting in the main one chair and there's others sitting. We're standing, we're standing, and then the table becomes a ship and it's just a table and it's flying and we're standing holding on, like I don't know how we're going so fast, and then boom, all of a sudden we're passing through this high mountains, Sierra Mountains, and it's very snowed in. And then I see it's Christmas lights, and then I see a deer, and then I see a big panda bear, just like Panda, like the movie Panda. And it sticks out and it's snowed and it's like transparent, but it's there. It's a huge panda. And I will never forget. And we go to other dimensions after that. But the deer comes to me, another animal comes, the wolf comes. But the last one and the one that remained in my mind the most was the panda. Now, there are the bad side of the panda is not the bad side of the panda, but they have done things to children that I'm not going to talk about, that they call them panda eyes.
I know. I just thought about it too. And that's why I want to.
Yeah. Yes. I want them to heal.
Yes. What?
I think what you did with the healing, the pandas healing the children that were affected in this way.
Maybe I do want to address it exactly because of that, because to bring healing in there too. And, we have brought healing in these areas, like you have done a lot with it and I have done a lot with it. And my next story is actually addressing that also. So because of all this, or not that exactly, but I don't want to name it today, to not go too deeply into that area today. But, there has been all those shit going on with the children, like in these agendas where the panda thing what you're addressing is also coming from. And also like I had like a huge project for me was clearing and making safer astral spaces for children. Wow, you know what shit is going on in the magical world with, you know. So I had the chance to find out about it actually. So I was told while with Yahe also that I had my soul has had many projects together with this huge Yahe soul, like this huge intelligent, like for me she's the biggest shaman here on earth also. And we built astral clouds for children, which are safe for safety protection. So it's like astral safety, astral bubbles, because if children sleep in the room with their parents and so, or in the house, then oh wow, and so much can come in that is very, very dangerous. And it first happens in the astral realm. So usually, yeah, there are, yeah, whatever. So we have built these astral clouds for children at night to dive in to be safe. And I'm not sure where the project is right now, but I was let in with several households actually to see it. So I think it's a project also maybe in development that is rather new, but I saw it. I had several households where children were sleeping, and I'm very, my clairvoyance is very well developed. But it's like I was sleeping, I was falling into trance, and suddenly it was like someone was opening maybe an eye. It's like a cloud pulling down, and then I see a children's space, and this is just for the children, and and they let me in, and I am just with my full heart there, and then they close it again. And sometimes once there were two, like there were several children, and they were just saying, oh, they hear the other stuff, oh, that's grown-up stuff, so they go in the children's cloud again. So I hope it's working. I hope so much it's working, like the children have at night a safe place where their astral body can go to be just safe, to really create a safe world for the children in the astral. We can start, but you know, because what can anyone do? I'm a shaman. I can work together with Yahe. I have my soul mission and my destiny and all of it. But I know we have done here a great progress, and I want to give it also to have hope.
Yes, I believe we can do that too. What I was seeing when you were saying about the cloud, I actually saw a hot air balloon, purple, because I also have dreams where I'm bathing the children, I'm cleaning them, I'm feeding them, I'm clothing them, I'm teaching them, I'm reading books to them. It's so weird. It's just I'm saving them from this house. I take them, okay, you're not safe here. Um, I like the hot air balloon because I've always wanted to go on one. My birthday's in February, and here in Tucson, in the Marana area, and in January and February they have hot air balloons, and I've always wanted to go. And there's this movie also called The Golden Compass, and they travel by hot air balloon. The gypsies with the kids, and they save them. You know, they're the good gypsies, not the bad ones. Um, the movie is about splicing the child away from their animal protectors, because their animal can shapeshift into any kind of other animal, and they're protecting the child. But the child and the animal are one. But in the movie, Nicole Kidman has this warehouse, this laboratory where she wants to splice them, and they put them in this conveyor belt. And so the whole movie is this child has a golden compass, and she can see the future, you know, different things happening. And they also talk about the dust, the nano dust, you know, and how you can go through dimensions with that nano dust. I mean, I deciphered that. They don't say that, but I kind of like, you know, I think that's what it means. If we can go at night and just protect the children that way, you know, put them in bubbles of protection, bubbles, like you say, clouds, or, you know, maybe I'm up in the balloon, the hot air balloon, and I'm sending them food. you know, love, clothing, panda bears, I don't know, whatever, cat, cats for protection, or teddy bears, or unicorns, because we are like unicorns. Unicorns is like, they always say that unicorns are like Christ-like, or like Jesus, because with our little horn, it's magic. We're like the Jinn line, because Jesus is also from the Jinn line. So I always say, what do you want? Because I come from the Jinn line, but you also have to return something to me. I can't just be giving away everything. Everything is energetic. It has to flow. So with you, when you do your shaman healings, you charge, right? And then I charge for this, I charge for that. If they can't pay with money, we have to do some kind of exchange. Let me read this real quick. Recreational was here, and then this person called Where Few Dare Tread 100. Oh, thank you for being on. This reminds me of the song in Les Miserables. There is a castle on a cloud, talking about what you were saying, Victoria. I like to go there in my sleep. Aren't many floors for me to sweep, not in my castle on a cloud. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Thanks for watching. Wow. What?
That is so beautiful. That is, wow, that would be perfect for another story, but I think we're long enough, so I will maybe another time.
No,
but
tell me one more. I have enough time. Tell me the other story.
Wow, it's exactly maybe the story that you just told, but I had another Yahé story where actually children are like, there was just a child sleeping in another room, not having the ceremony, right? We're having the sacred ceremony, but a child was also in the same household, having her sacred dreams alone in her room. And I saw like, that was also when Yahé, when I offered Yahé to have her own healing journey in my body. So I just saw a little bit of it, what she experienced, because a lot of it I didn't see, but some she let me in. And once she was, another fear she had was people, like the fear of people stopping to dream. Like she sees all the grown-ups, like, oh, these grown-ups constantly worry about that, constantly creating this, in the astral, these fields, this other grown-up, all constantly having those bad dreams, constantly thinking about all the bad stuff, the bills and all of it, and what are they dreaming at night, like but then, so it was really like going through the astral, everyone was creating those dark clouds, but she was like desperate. But then suddenly she saw the child, and the child was dreaming in her sleep, and she was dreaming of castles, pink castles, and unicorns and butterflies. And she was creating these dreams in the astral. And this was like, oh, there's your hope for humanity. So it's also wow, people start dreaming again. Dream like the castles. Go do those dreams, also the grown-ups. Don't worry always about the bills and this and that. That's not responsible, actually. It's not responsible for the future. Responsible is creating beautiful shapes and forms in the astral. Like exactly this girl, this one young girl who has had, among all grown-ups, the beautiful dreams.
Yes. Auntie Erin. Hi, Auntie Erin. Thank you for being on. Just wanted to stop in and say hello, V. I'm at work still. Thank you for being on. Thank you for listening. Now, it's so funny that you say that about creating stuff, because sometimes I'm like, you know what? That's it. I don't want to worry about the bills. I just want to go. And then I dream about a Barbie house, and I'm in a Barbie house, and everybody's real. The other day, everybody's real in the Barbie house. They're having a party. And then I'm like, I don't want to be in the party anymore. I'm going to go downstairs. Then I'm going to go to the garage, and I'm going to get me an ice cream. So I got me a big ice cream gallon just for myself. And it was pink, and I was eating it. And I was sitting beside this, it's like a carousel, but in the warehouse, like a garage, and then and a black huge ant comes through the wall. And she's so pretty. And I touch it and it's all rubbery, like so cute, you know. And then I look behind me, I'm still eating my ice cream, and I'm like, there's another ant behind me, and it's wearing a guy's t-shirt, like a white t-shirt. And then there's this guy with the bulldozer that comes and the tires are they're cookies. They're Christmas cookies. And he comes and then he gets the ants and the ants attach like that, and then they become the tires, but they're cookies and they're still alive. And I'm like, my dreams are so weird. And then last night, because I have a writing assignment to do for next Wednesday, right? And she wants us, Stone Hobbit wants us to write about dandelions. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? So last night before I went to bed, I pretended that I was in a field of dandelions and I was just there with my dress and just enjoying it. So you can also build things as an adult because we never really grow up. You know, you can see, I see butterflies all the time. I mean, I think a lot about the bees because they're always here, the bees. And the how do you say, the hummingbird. So we can create safe places for the children of this world and also in the other planets, you know, and because it's not just our children, there's also alien children. We call them alien, but they're just our family. You know. I know I went off tangent, but do you have dreams like that, like funny dreams?
I used to be a daydreamer all my life, so I always had daydreams. But recently, I'm not really daydreaming anymore. Like not recently, I just wondered where did I lose my daydreaming? Because I had so many, you know, I can have like I had millions, but somewhere it's like not, yeah, I need to focus more on it again.
Spirit is telling me to tell you something, but before I do, Auntie Erin says everything is possible. True. So what was I gonna say? Spirit is saying you are sometimes too serious. It's okay to let go. It's okay. I understand the weight on your shoulders to change things, but take time to be a child again. Please stop being so serious, but don't take it in a bad way.
That is good. That is perfect.
Laugh more. I love your giggle. Laugh more. You need to laugh more.
Absolutely.
It's okay. The help will come. The clients will come. But you must remain childlike for you to save you. Because when you've already done so much, I know you have done so much. Now it's time to rejoice, and now it's time to just take a swim in your mind, even, or maybe take a hot bath in the real, the fields. You have to be in the fields of. It's okay to adore yourself too. You know, adorn yourself and adore yourself too.
Absolutely.
Bring yourself up. Yeah.
I mean, with the daydreaming, I also thought about I do have sometimes trance journeys almost daily, so I am in the visions. So that's maybe why I.
Can you color? Do you have crayons? Get a coloring book. I have coloring books here.
Yeah, I love it so much. Absolutely.
Yeah, color. You need. I'm seeing that maybe you can. That would help. Just color. It doesn't have to mean, because I understand you, Victoria. I'm the same way. Well, we have to get down to business and do this right. We got to fill the circle, and we got to help this person, that person, and then we got this show going. We got all these clients. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? You forget sometimes the stress of maybe we're not in the matrix anymore, but you forget to come back to yourself. Maybe crayons. I don't know. I saw a rainbow of crayons. If you can, there's. I have these real quick. I'll just show you. These get in my hands. They are oil paint.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely. I do love to have all those. It's amazing. It creates also structure. Like it brings also all the stuff from the heart outside. There are so many ways of doing that.
Even drawing with a pencil or a pen, but just it's self-soothing. Oh, that's what spirit is. So spirit's saying self-soothing. Even a brush, okay, a brush, a very light brush. I used to do that with my son and my daughter when they were kids, and I would do it on me too. Brush, like a baby brush. You brush. It is soothing. So hope it helps, and then you help me a lot too.
Absolutely. Love you so. Wish you a beautiful rest of the day. So you still have during the day, right? I have evening, like I have now, how late it is. Oh, I have almost no battery, but it's night now. So.
Oh no, I'll let you go, Victoria. Send me your links again. If you have new ones, I have the older ones, but I will do the thumbnail and put all your information in there. And for now, how can they get you? I know you're on Instagram. Is it what is it on Instagram?
Song of the Self on Instagram, Victoria Marisol on Facebook, Song of the Self on YouTube. There's not a lot of videos up there, but I will upgrade. So it's on the line. Okay. Yeah, or just text me.
Okay, Mama. I love you a lot and hang in there. And thank you so much. And just, we got this. We got this.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for being on Codebreaker Real Talk. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for having me.